So today we'll see column orientation. So what is column orientation? Column orientation is nothing but depending upon the size of column, where and the distance between the columns, where the column is supposed to be rotated, where should be its shorter face and where should be its longer face. Okay, so how that thing is calculated. So now I'll consider this. I'll take this small example. Ground floor plan is there. So here first thing we'll be placing, or we have already seen how to place the columns. Okay, and what is the minimum and maximum distance between the columns in the previous session we have already seen. Okay, and now we are going to see the orientation now. Column किधर turn करना है, we have to see that thing. So for that thing, so now how to change the face, how we are going to decide the facing of this particular column. Okay, so now first thing is the shorter face of the column will be facing the longer span. मतलब column, for example, this is my column of dimensions 9 inches enter, 18 inches enter. Sorry, RAC enter, D enter, 9 inches enter, 18 inches enter. This is the column. So now which one is the shorter face? Vertical. This one is nothing but the shorter face. This one is the shorter face. So the shorter face will be in the longer direction. Okay. So now how come we are able to see the shorter face, how we are able to decide, which means now see, first I'll just go for placing the text and numbers at the columns. See, अब यहाँ पे column number A है, second is column number B and the column number C. And here if you are looking, ये है 1, 2, 3. Now you will be thinking like what are these numbers? ये numbers है क्या? These are just for markings. एक टैग देने के लिए, ठीक है, उसके लिए है, बस एक नोटेशन के लिए है ये, ठीक है. सो नाउ द कॉलम वन इज बीन रिप्रेजेंटेड विथ at A1, which means at point A1 we are having the column. Okay, so at A1, how much is the x distance? Which means 9. The beam from column A1 is going to A2. Okay. So how much is the x distance? X distance I wanted to check out. The center to center distance. How much it is? It is 7 feet 4.5 inches. So how much it is being written over there? Check it out. At A1, x distance is 7 feet 4.5 inches. Okay. Now y distance. What is y distance? Y distance is this one. Center to center. A to B. How much it is? 11 feet 6. 11 feet 6 inches. Okay. So now I have written 11 feet 6 inches y value. ये हो गया horizontal one, ये हो गया vertical one. ठीक है. कॉलम से दो साइड में बीम जा, राइट साइड एंड towards the bottom side. Okay. Now the length of the beam over here is 7 feet 4.5 inches. The length of the beam over here is 11 feet 6 inches. दोनों में से बड़ा कौन सा है? Y is bigger. तो y is greater than x. ये वाला बीम का लेंथ बड़ा है, तो इसलिए कॉलम जो है इधर टर्न कर लेंगे. इंस्टेड ऑफ लाइक दिस, प्लेसिंग इट लाइक दिस. Okay, instead of placing it like this, you are supposed to place it like this. Okay, one second. So now, so this was the longer span. So we turned the column over this face. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ये वाला बीम जो है थोड़ा सा लंबा है इसलिए इधर टर्न कर दिए. अभी नेक्स्ट थिंग इज एट B1, एट पॉइंट B1 के पास में दिस इज नथिंग बट पॉइंट B एंड दिस इज B1 के पास में देखिए दो साइड से बीम जा रहा. x पहले तो फर्स्ट इज x डिस्टेंस इज हाउ मच सेंटर टू सेंटर 11 फीट 4 इंचेस. 11 फीट 4 इंचेस वी हैव रिटन. ये वाले कॉलम से ये वाले कॉलम तक सेंटर टू सेंटर डिस्टेंस वी आर टेकिंग. ओके, सो दैट इज 11 फीट 4 इंचेस. यहाँ पे 11 फीट 4 इंचेस लिख दीजिए. नेक्स्ट y डिस्टेंस. अब वर्टिकली अगर देखेंगे आप तो यहाँ पे बीम जो है दो साइड रन हो रहा. ओके, वन इज ओवर हियर एंड द अदर वन इज ओवर हियर. So what we are going to do is we are going to subtract these two values. So one is 11 feet 6 inches, that is over here, and the other one is center to center 9 feet 9 inches. 11 feet 6 inches minus 9 feet 9 inches. Okay, that is 1 feet 7 inches. So y value is lesser, so x value is greater. दोनों को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा. दो तरफ से बीम आ रहा तो लोड बैलेंस हो जाता वहां पे. ओके, नाउ सो दैट्स व्हाई x distance is greater over here. What we have to do now, we have to turn the column. बीम जो है यहाँ पे ज्यादा आ रहा, so we are going to turn this column like this. यहाँ पे ऐसा टर्न कर दो. Make sure ortho is on. Done. Now just place it exactly at its position. Done. Now make sure you are changing the position of this window. पहले विंडो जो है कॉलम में नहीं आया था, अभी यहाँ पे प्लेस कर दिए. Okay, now coming to the next one. What is the next one? At C1. At C1 where the beam is going towards the right side and one is towards the vertical direction. So how much is the x distance? 11 feet 4 inches. Okay, 11 feet 4 inches is the x distance at C1. And how much is the y distance? 9 feet 9 inches. Which one is greater? X is greater or y is greater? X is greater. ठीक है, x is greater मतलब ये वाला बीम का span length ज्यादा है, तो we are going to turn this column over here. यहाँ पे turn कर दिया and make sure placing it at corner. Done? Yes. Now coming to the next thing. Next column is nothing but at A2. We are supposed to look out the orientation of the column number A2. Okay. So A2, at A2, how much is the x distance? So at A2, you can see the beam is going in two directions. दो तरफ जा रहा ना बीम. Yes. यहाँ से यहाँ एक जा रहा और यहाँ से यहाँ पे एक बीम जा रहा. Okay. So 14 feet 4.5 inches minus 7 feet 4.5 inches. That goes to 7 feet. Okay. X value we got it as 7 feet. What is the y value? Y value is again 11 feet 6 inches. यहाँ से यहाँ एक beam जाएगा, yes, which is going to rest over the beam of this particular columns. Okay. How is the beam layout going to be framed? I'll show you that thing also. Now, यहाँ पे the y distance is 11 feet 6 inches. So which one is greater now at A2? Y is greater than x. So again the column should be in this direction only. Vertical direction ज़्यादा है, इधर नहीं. ठीक है, इधर is load is going to be balanced now. Okay. Now coming to the next thing. At B2. Where is B2? B2 is the column where four beams are going to meet. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we are not going to have a beam over here. We are going to have the beam from this column to this beam. Okay. So now no need of just going for subtracting it. Now you can consider, if you want to consider the load, you can consider. Now at B2, how much is the x distance? 11 feet 4 inches. So this is the 11 feet 4 inches minus 10 feet 5 inches. That is 1 feet. Okay, approximately 1 feet. Now, what is the y distance? 11 feet 3 inches. Okay, 11 feet 3 inches or 11 feet 6 inches, whatever it may be, minus 9 feet 9 inches or 10 feet. That goes to 1 feet 3 inches. It's almost equal only. Yes. There is no much difference. So आपकी मर्जी. You can just rotate it like this or just keep it like this also. Yes. Okay. It's your wish. Now, coming to the next thing. At C2. At C2, how much is the x distance? 10 feet 5 inches. At C2, 11 feet 4 inches minus 10 feet 5 inches. That goes to again 1 feet. Okay. And again, how much is the y distance? 10 feet. So obviously, it should be facing the longer span. Done. Now coming to the next thing. A3. Again, the same distance will come 11 feet 6 inches. Now, just tell me at A3. How much is the x distance? X distance is nothing but 14 feet 4.5 inches. Horizontal beam ऐसा जा रहा तो इसलिए this will be 14 feet 4.5 inches. Okay. Now done. Now 1 second. How much is the y distance? 11 feet 6. Y distance is 11 feet 6 inches. How 11 feet 6 inches? This one. Check out this value. This is 11 feet 6 inches. So y value will be 11 feet 6. 11 feet 6 inches. Okay. Now which one is greater? X. X is greater, right? No. So x is greater than y. So column should be facing towards the horizontal span. यहाँ पे horizontal span है. Now place it like this. Select this one. Go for positioning over here, exactly at the corner. Done? Yes. Now the next thing is B3. At B3, how much is the x distance? 10 feet. X distance is 11 feet 6 inches minus how much it is? 10 feet. Sorry, I forgot. X distance is 10 feet 5 inches. Make it as 10 feet 5 inches. 10 feet 5 inches कर दीजिए. Now done. Now the next thing is y distance. 11 feet 6 inches minus 9 feet 9 inches. So I'll go for 11 feet 6 inches minus 9 feet 9 inches. Okay. That goes to somewhere around like 1 feet 3 inches. Approx like it will go to 1 feet 2 inches also. So I'll just keep it as 1 feet. Okay. Just keep it like this only. I'll consider it as 1 feet difference. So not 1 feet. Never mind. Okay, we'll keep it as 1 feet only. Now just imagine. Now just tell me which one is greater, x is greater or y is greater? X. So x is greater over here. So again, x greater than y. So where should be the column? Horizontal. Column should be rotated like this. Okay. Now go for move. यहाँ से यहाँ पे रख दो. आपके walls के पास ही column रहेगा. Okay. Now at C3. How much is the x distance? 10 feet. 10 feet 5 inches. How much is the y distance? 9 feet 9 inches. Y distance is 9 feet 9 inches. यहाँ पे check कर ले सकते हैं आप. Beam framing is same position पे है. नहीं तो if you want to measure once again, you can measure it once again also. 9 feet 9 inches. Which one is greater? X. So again, we got x greater than y. So again, how to orient the column? Again, rotate it like this. ऐसे ही rotate कर दो. Done. like this. So this is how the column orientation will goes. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now the next topic will be the beam framing. How to just place the beams based upon this one. We'll see. Just connecting the beams, how the beams are going to be interlinked with these columns. You have to see that one. Okay. That's it for the today's session. We'll continue tomorrow.